Good morning. I'm in Springfield, Missouri, as my family calls it, Missouri. So this is where my family lives, over here, just down the road. Went to school down here, so it's actually really kind of great to be in my old stomping ground just a little bit. So we're going to join their crickets meetings. But before we do that, I just wanted to show the washer load count. I don't know if you can see it really well, but they are actually washing their loads, all their linen on the right cycle. And so you have a great ratio of sheets and towels, showing great inspection. You inspect what you expect. And so when you see the ratio of the sheets and the towels about the same, then you know that they're getting washed right. And if you look at all their linen, there's no yellow stains because of too much bleach. They're actually doing the right thing, and it's really great. And since I stayed here, I can definitely say it was clean, it was nice, it was perfect, it was thumbs up, which is all a testament to how amazing Brad is. He is a fairly new GM with us for less than a year, right around a year?
Since April.
Since April. So yeah, so it's still, that's right. That's right, because right before COVID. So right when COVID hit, Brandy was like, hey, we need to do this. And so I sent you to Denver, right?
No, first it was supposed to be Denver, then a huge outbreak happened, then it was Chicago, and then a huge outbreak happened.
His flexibility is awesome and amazing. So that is exactly a testament to what he is doing. But it's exciting to be here and to be with Brad. So you're doing a great job, but also your team strengthens you. They have been around and they're awesome. This is also Haley Coleman's old site, which is pretty cool as well. So Jessica's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. So, and Vicky last night was talking to her. I'm sorry, I'm rambling now. But I'm talking to her and she's hilarious, but she was talking to me about Haley, which I now have a lot of gossip. This is fun. So so this is great time. So I can't wait to pick on Haley when I see her again here, just probably in a few days. So, but I'm going to turn it over to Brad, and he'll join the circuit quick hits.
So our quick hits are usually kind of sweet, simple, to the point. Typically we try to get them all, like a whole group together, but sometimes during schedule conflicts, you'll have somebody coming in at 9, somebody at 10, somebody at 8. So sometimes we need 2, so it'll be like the first shift comes in or the second. But basically we'll go through. Lance is gonna grab the phone. So basically we'll go through the quick hits. So we'll discuss our occupancy, our checkouts, our check-ins, our out of service, and all that. So today we're sitting at 7 checkouts. And we also have 2 check-ins as of now, but of course it's early in the morning, so it still progresses, and we'll probably end up with about 15 check-ins tonight. We have a total of 14 rooms that are actually out of service, and we're working really hard on getting those back into service. But most of them is due to carpets that are stained terribly bad. That the rooms are clean, but we're just not safe and comfortable with. We're not comfortable with having guests check into such a filthy carpeted room. So we're working really hard and diligently on that to get those back in. So with those, we are currently number 5 in Brandy's district. So we used to be number 1, but survey scores, especially with COVID going on, you have more guests that they're searching and they're looking even harder than ever, trying to find something wrong with the room. And it kind of gives them that. Some people are inspecting just because they want to find something, and other things are our rooms just aren't being cleaned as properly. With that being said, we did have to let go of 2 housekeepers because things weren't being done properly, and we couldn't allow that. That was bringing our scores down. It's making us as a company look bad in general. So we're trying to cut ties with all that and fix issues that we have going on. So with that being said, right now our current NPS score is at a 30. So it should be at 45. So we're working on that. Yesterday our NPS was 26. So we went up 4 points in a couple of hours, which we could still change that and get up to that right goal. And then our social media is sitting at a 3.1, and it should be a 3.8. And again, a lot of that, you can't win them all with the scores or any of that. You have some guests that they're expecting a 5-star hotel, and they check in and it's a 2-star. Like we had a guy yesterday, he checked into the 314. He was expecting housekeeping service every single day for his 3-day service. He wanted breakfast. He thought we had a hot breakfast, and even when we had breakfast, it wasn't hot. So you can imagine he's going to be the one that gives us, terrible scores all the way down. But it's our job to kind of persuade him and to get him to give us good stars and good things. And as far as getting our scores up to date and where we stand, Jeremy, what do you think is something we can do for guests that would help us get those scores up?
Definitely continue to improve on the curb appeal, work on our first impressions in the lobby. Keep the building as nice and neat and the common areas as much as possible.
Yeah, so curb appeal and common areas are definitely a big plus. And as long as Jeremy keeps doing what he's doing every single day, there's no reason our score should go down for first appearance or anything like that. Because when a guest comes to check in, the outside's completely trash and disgusting. They're going to be disgusted by the building from the get-go. Then once they get in, if they find one small little thing, it's just going to ruin their experience totally, 100%. And I know we have a surplus of items in the back, kind of like extra faucets and all that. So we're planning on, we're going to start replacing any faucet that has like a little bit of corrosion. And then we're just going to keep ordering backups and getting those replaced. Yeah, and the which one?
We do have a lighting as well.
Oh, and lighting? Okay, yeah, so more lighting, wall fixtures, and I guess valves for the kitchens. So we're going to work on those because we do have a surplus. So we're just going to start taking out the old ones, try to get everything new and up to date so it looks more appealing for guests. Because whenever you have old items in there, they're automatically drawn away from that as well. As far as a housekeeping standpoint, what do you think we can do to help boost those scores and kind of get everyone back on board?
Well, definitely. And then the smell's a big one. Like as soon as you walk into somebody somewhere, first thing you do is smell.
Yeah.
If it smells bad, you're gonna start looking.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep it smelling good, keep it clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mary?
Likewise, what she said, and greeting, if
Agreed,
they walk
yeah.
down the hall, say something to them, don't just walk by them.
Yeah, be super friendly, make sure everything's clean, correct?
First impressions, like you said earlier, is a big deal, and
Yeah.
it's the smell.
Yeah. And unfortunately, there are some rooms that have some smells that we just can't get out no matter what we do. So I guess the whole team already knows, and even our GSRs, that those are the last ones we want to sell if we do have them. So they have a list of rooms like they're sellable. Just try our hardest not to put anybody in those because we just can't get a weird smell out. It's not like it's a disgusting smell, just an offsetting.
New carpet.
Yeah, new carpet replacement, new paints, new walls, everything. So let's get it all started. Let's see here. So we've got that. Lance, what do you think we can do for guest satisfaction and improving scores? And everything, getting back to Brandy's #1 in the district.
Yeah. Definitely need to focus on, which is what I've been trying to do the past couple of days, is the people that are happy with the service when they're going out the door. Couple of 10 minutes. Like I'm smothered. Happy with the service going out the door. We need to emphasize about taking the survey because most of our surveys are coming from people that we've had challenges with, as opposed to the ones going out the door that are happy with the service. And I think so focus, I'd say most of our effort into that because most people when they come here, from what I can tell, are usually happy with the service. So
Just following up, making sure we tell them about the surveys that they'll be sent to the email, giving them that little TripAdvisor Google card. It's always a big plus. I won't lie, I'm kind of bad at doing it myself. They'll tell me they had a good experience. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And the second they walk out the door, now's the perfect chance for the card. So yeah, I myself need to get better at doing that. So I'm not 100% perfect.
it's human nature just to say thank you.
Yeah. Good morning.
And to overcome that,
Still being polite and friendly, just go
so
that little extra steps to get it.
it's a work in progress for us, but we've started.
Well, 30 FPS is pretty awesome. So,
Yeah, I mean, we're almost there, but not 100%. So,
all right.
I
So,
believe that's about what we've got. Then I go back to the guest rooms and inspections. It doesn't only fall on housekeepers and staff maintenance to make sure everything is 100%. I mean, it is part of the responsibility, but it also falls back on myself and my team lead to make sure that we're double checking rooms, making sure everything is 100% perfect on our end. Because I feel like if we don't check those, then Vicki and myself as managers are failing at our job, which it does happen from time to time that we don't check every single room. And usually at those points, you find one or two small little things, and that's where it gets you.
all right. Questions for Brad?
Yes. Hey, Brad. Awesome quick hits. I really enjoy that you include all of your team members to join in. Question for you for future training, for future managers, any advice that you want to give? I know you're still kind of recent, but you have the best advice then.
Honestly, it's 100% communication with your staff. If you know that there's issues in the hotels or you're having guest complaints or problems, like you're going to deal with those guests firsthand no matter what. You know, and it is our job to try to persuade them and try to like make it as easy as possible with them, try to get them on the right path of like, you know, not hating us or giving us a second chance, I should say. But communicating that with your staff as well. You know, if they're complaining that there's a TV light flickering or TV board light or any maintenance issues with the rooms, instead of, you know, saying sorry, you know, I apologize about that. Usually they'll let you know within the first day of your stay. Sometimes they wait until checkout. But communicating with your staff to make sure we get those problems and issues fixed right away. Don't hesitate. Don't wait until they check out. You know, just communication with staff is honestly 100% essential.
Awesome. And then since you are still kind of fairly new as a GM, any advice these managers today are about to go and take over a site? Any advice once they get to their site? What do they need to do on day one?
Day one, I'd say definitely don't try to start day one as overstepping and I guess being a chain whipper. I know once you get in the position of like, you know, you're the GM, you're in charge. Some people kind of feel like they have to prove their authority and, you know, start snapping at them. Do this, do this, do this. I got to know my staff really well beforehand. I got to see what each one was capable of, where they stand as far as the values go. I would say just building that trust and morale with your staff and, you know, the clientele here. So there's been some people here that have been here for years. So I got to know them really well. And of course, I mean, you do want to keep your authority and like, you know, you see something's going wrong, you do address it, but you know, in an appropriate way. You don't want to like, come to a new site and scare all the new people there and pretty much have a team of angry mobs at you. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thanks, Brad. And just like Jessica, I think you involving your entire team is great. And that goes right back to communication, making sure everybody is on the same page.
All right, well, sounds good. I'm going to talk to Brad a little bit. I have a couple strategies for him. An NPS strategy, I think that will help him push back to number one that I'm going to share with him here in just a minute. But we want to say thank you, guys. Enjoy your day. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a good day.